from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days I don't need nobody's validation. These days I don't need nobody's invitation. These days I don't tell nobody what I'm doing, I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Yeah, these days I've been wide awake, I never sleep late. Got a lot to do, I treat a Sunday like a weekday. Do it for my son, set the table, I need 3 plates. Have my cake and eat it, baby, don't forget the cheesecake. Got it, yeah, they know I got it. Confidence contagious, so the ones around me caught it. Everybody waiting on me, hoping I'ma drop it. I feel like all this weight is on me, still I'm never stopping. No, that is not a, yeah, pushing myself to the limit. I set a goal, but still I never feel enough when I get it. Cause when I go and all these feelings overflow to the ceiling, it's like a hole just open up and I don't know how to feel it. I tell them, look, I don't make mistakes, the mistakes made me. Drop songs when I write them, I don't wait 8 weeks. They too focused on the image now, but that ain't me. Lot of rats taking pics, that's why they say cheese. Lately I've been feeling like there's something off. Lot of friends used to show me love, ain't showing love at all. Yeah, only cheer me on when I was underdog. Running up the numbers, everybody keep on running off. Funny how they wanted me to win until I passed them. Now all of a sudden they be talking in the past tense. He was this, he was that, like I changed up. Had a kid, I'm a dad, gotta make funds. These days, everybody focus on the he say and she say. Acting up and trying to make a scene like a screenplay. Try to be original but end up as a remake. Spend a lot of time thinking about how I'ma be great. I just stick to the plan. Yeah, I'm focused on the music, not a pic for the gram. Stay true to my supporters, yes, I did it for them. So even when I get hot, never switch on a fan. These days, I don't take advice from anybody who gon' tell me how to do it if they never even did it right. These days, I don't waste a minute of my time reminiscing on regrets of the past. That's a different life. These days, I don't need nobody's validation. These days, I don't need nobody's invitation. These days, I don't tell nobody what I'm doing, I just do it. If I fail, keep it pushing till I get it right. Driving on a sunset, top down, sticking to the old route uptown. If you're going my way, slow down, easy. Yeah, driving on a good time, hop out. I know you've been cooped up, locked down. If you're going my way, slow down, just take it easy. Yeah, notice how the best days always had no plans. And we don't need no trip to Rome for the romance. Make the most of home. Cell phones closed, just hold hands. Looking for a food truck, maybe split a cold can of Pepsi. Ooh, you so refreshing. Glass half full, cause with you I'm never empty. Say it how it is, so with you I'm never guessing. Ooh, I've been obsessing. Hope you in my story at the ending. Hoping that you'll be around. This is not a quick flame, this is not a rebound. This is not a quick thing, this is something deep down. Really, it's an instinct, gotta keep it going as you with me.
Driving on a sunset, top down, sticking to the old route uptown. If you're going my way, slow down, easy. Yeah. Driving on a good time, hop out. I know you've been cooped up, locked down. If you're going my way, slow down, just take it easy. And we don't gotta force it. Watch your step, don't crease the forces. We join teams, we join forces. This is not a home, this a castle. This is not a castle, this a fortress. Car might be domestic, but the wine is still imported. Got you 500 flowers, girl, I had to match the horses. You always put other people before you, and you're always so supportive. It's only 2 doors, but I got that door for you. I like what I like, baby. I hope it's alright, baby. I'm free of you tonight, baby. Yeah, I'm free of you tonight, baby. And I've been doing front flips off the back porch. Go ahead and toss the ball off the backboard. You know I'll take you anywhere that you ask for. Go ahead, pack a bag, get a passport.
Driving on a sunset, top down,
sticking to the old route uptown.
If you're going my way, slow down, easy.
Yeah.
Driving on a good time, hop out.
I know you've been cooped up, locked down.
If you're going my way, slow down, just take it easy. Since you've been gone,
This mic is too high. Drop it, drop it, drop it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just been living la vida bankroll. How the saying go? Got it flooded to my ankles. Need a raincoat.
Pair of boots and a dang bow. Gotta stay flow. I might pull up in a stagecoach playing Beethoven.
Whoa.
Didn't think that it would work.
Yeah, now they coming out the woodwork.
Built up my own platform.
Could say I'm in the woodwork.
Made the song go viral.
Probably off some footwork.
Well, either that or the hook work.
Always think of the hook first.
Now I gotta
make a bag just to keep the lights on. I'm on your desktop, I'm an icon.
They say, hi con, could you put a price on? I said, I ain't selling nothing, these are my songs. Been in my bag, got a satchel pack, give me a chance.
Acid rap,
Carry the weight, no fragile bag, fact to cap.
that's a fact.
Even my cap a Snapple fact.
Me and my gang like Rascal Flats.
Graduated like tassel hats, back to back.
I just been living la vida bankroll. How the saying go? Got it flooded to my ankles. Need a raincoat.
Pair of boots and a dang bow. Gotta stay flow. I might pull up in a stagecoach playing Beethoven.
Whoa.
How you going off like that? Off-white kicks and an off-white hat. Ain't start like that, but them things just dirty. Lot to unpack like I just got back. I could say hi, but it's just too
Fly
wordy.
bye, got a bird in the cinema. Live it up clouds. That's when I kick it up. Fill it up. What tank ain't big enough? Eyes on me, so I gotta make a bag just to keep the lights on. I'm on your desktop. I'm an icon.
They say, hi con, could you put a price on? I said, I ain't selling nothing, these are my songs.
No way. Make a bag. Hell yeah. 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 Make a bag. Hell yeah.
I built a house to harbor myself in. I lock you out, I know that I'm selfish. My mother told me to follow my feet, but my legs feel weak, can't help it. Said I'm doing fine, I'm getting no sleep. Hold my breath every time the phone screen lights up. Praying it's your name that I'm gonna see, but it's not. Starting to regret it, cold feet, I'm stuck. Try to tell myself I'm good without you, but I'm really not. I've been having trouble trying to tell you how I feel inside. Being by your side, the only time I ever feel alive. Don't over-exaggerate, you told me that a million times. Okay, well maybe not a million times, but if we kept it going, we could reach the sky. I played it safe, think I need a roof. Thought it could be me and you, but I couldn't see it through. So I built a house to harbor myself in. I lock you out, I know that I'm selfish. My mother told me to follow my feet, but my legs feel weak.
I used to be a rock. Lately you been skipping stones, used to wanna talk. I'd rather take the sticks and stones, hurts more than I thought. I guess I got some brittle bones, so now when you knock, sorry baby isn't home, no. And maybe this time it's different, yeah. Maybe the scale is tipping, yeah. House got a well I could wish in, yeah. So I make wishes. If I just wish then I won't have to work for it. If I just get lucky I won't have to work for it. If I just get money I won't have to work for it, right? In the meantime, I built the house to harbor myself in. I locked you out, I know that I'm selfish. My mother
100. Hey, mommy.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it.
I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm my baddie, she bad, but she totally nice. Nu zo blue en het toes wil ik white. Ik compie niet met jou, dat is zo voor mijn lijk. You do it for sure, but he left with a why. Yeah, we live, but we destined to die. En je chill it on me, but I'm ending a lie. I'm a lie en ik voel me net Memphis de paai. En ik jag op de koet in de scene. Moest eigenlijk rennen, we lopen misschien. En ik wil niet eens kijken, mijn ogen die zien. En serie niet genoeg dat ik kopen with 10. Proof in the beat, hier co-star. I got 5 on my name, I got no star. Come to me just to see how my shows are.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.
What it do, airheads? I have not had a chance this morning yet to really look at the charts. Had some stuff I had to take care of this morning, so I figured I'm gonna hop on live and kind of run through my process that I do every morning for you guys here. So if you're not organized and you don't keep yourself neat and tidy, I mean, everyone's different. You know, some people thrive in chaos, but I personally don't. So I have all my stuff in folders, bookmark folders, so I can just right click on my TA folder, open all, and then it's going to open up the majority of the sites that I use for technical analysis. The main one, obviously, being TradingView. First thing I like to do is just take a look at market structure, where we're at, what happened in the Asia section, and then just kind of get a macro overview of the structure, really. And I mean, really, we're kind of still in this descending wedge pattern. I'm not drawing it perfectly here. I'm just trying to get an overall market view structure, right? My main goal right now is not to get it perfect. We'll dial it in and kind of drill in later. But descending triangle, descending whatever you want to call it. Now, this is a bearish pattern. We broke into it, you know, bearishly. It's a bearish pattern. You know, it typically breaks bearish about 70 to 80% of the time. Now, if we take a measured move from this and we break it down to the downside, it's kind of retesting this bottom right here. I mean, you know, they don't always break out to the downside. 20 to 30% of the time they break up to the upside. If we did that, and it depends on where it breaks out too, right? Like if we go all the way down to kind of wind down into this channel, we'd be kind of tying the top here at about 31.8. That is logical, right? And then if we kind of break out to the downside here, you can see we kind of get closer down to this market bottom down here, about 19.5. But so I'm just getting like a macro overview structure of the market here. And then what I kind of do is take a look at the past few days. As you see here, we are on the daily chart. So I can just right away, my eyes kind of pick up that. So we have a couple things going on here. So you have all these liquidity rejection wicks up top, down below here, and then the candle bodies form a pretty nice level of support and resistance. We have been range bound now, I mean, really since the 1st of October, and we're at the 10th already. So we have started to form a bit of a range here. I mean, we are testing the bottom of that range right now. We've had a few negative days, a few red days, where the stock markets have done pretty well over the last few days. I mean, granted, on Sunday they weren't open, but Sunday night the futures open. So we're starting to kind of get range bound here from about 27,363 to about 27,983 here. That is about a 2% range that we're in when you exclude the wicks here. The wicks get a little dicey, right? I mean, we're 2.35% on some of these wicks here, but this is the main range that we are currently in. Now, I've got this mapped out, right? Now I want to take a look at what's going on Bookmap. That's the next thing I do. I want to see where the orders are, both on the spot side of things. So this is Bookmap, this is BTC USD, regular Binance, regular spot orders. Now we can see here, it's pretty thick below us. There's not a lot above us. There is some. It looks better than it did yesterday and the day before. But it's super, super heavy below us. There's a lot of support below us. And really, it's right below us, down to about $27,000. So if we kind of zoom out a little bit, we'll get a better idea of where these levels sit. And then I just start marking them out on my chart. So we got 27.3, 2, 1, and 27K. So let's mark them out, because this is what I do. And that's the point of this, to show you kind of my thought processes. Again, I'm not going to get these perfect, but 27... 27.1 was the next one. Boom. And then 27.2 right there. And then I did get 27, right? Yep. So there you go. So we got, I guess, yeah, 2. I guess I need to get 3 on there as well. 27.3 right there. So we got the 4 main liquidity levels below us, with 27,000 being the thickest. But because there's just not a lot of volume right now, that's my guess. We can figure it out here really, really quickly. Let's turn on the indicators. Let's turn off some of these to clean it up a little bit here. I mean, volume's been steady, actually. it's been pretty steady. I mean, this is the daily charts. I mean, it's been hanging in there, pretty solid. I mean, really, it's this whole run. It's been about the same. I mean, you can see it started to kind of wind down a little bit as we started winding down. And then as we got into this range down here, it's been pretty steady. I mean, this is that kind of CVD line. It's not really a CVD line. It's like the moving average line of liquidity. And this indicator is pretty cool. I like it because it gives you two things. Obviously, the delta down below here on the volume and then the CVD up top. But I forgot what I was showing you with that. Oh, what it's called. Volume Delta Methods Chart is what it's called. It's pretty cool. It gives you a CVD. So this is a CVD up here, or the cumulative volume delta. You can see we are heading down, and we have been heading down since this kind of top here on the Saturday the 7th of October, this past Saturday. Volume looking a little bit lighter today. You can see it's kind of heading down a little bit. So, and also, I mean, we're at a 4-year low on volume. So what I do next, so we got the daily levels plotted out. Actually, I'm going to throw the ones above us too. And there's not much. 28K. That's the next big level above us. And I mean, really, so this red or blue line that I have drawn here is 27,983. We're just going to move that to 28K. It's like, there you go. Right? $7 away or whatever it was. So that's our level above us. These are our levels below us that we're going to look at for bounces. Right now, these have been being front ran lately, meaning we come on down to like 27.3 here. It doesn't always lick right into that. So we got to be aware of that. As I've been watching these charts, I'll load some historical data here. It'll take a little bit to load this, and then I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Actually, I should probably go back more than 48 hours. Let's go, let's just go a week. And we'll take a look at this. It'll take a while for this to load. Let's do it on the futures as well. And just load this in so I can show you. Then when it's done loading in, I'll show you what I mean. But yeah, 28K, 27.3, 2, down to 27. So these are the main levels in the range that I'm watching. Keeping an eye on the volume, the CVD, and then we also want to keep an eye on money flow, momentum. You can see money flow still bleeding as we are winding down. And it looks like it's starting to kind of come back out again. Now this is daily time frame. Once I have this kind of mapped out and have an idea of market direction, which right now it looks like we're heading down some more on the daily time frame, right? I'll take a quick glance at the weekly time frame and see it's looking like the same thing. I mean, we're working off of 2 bad weeks after that huge pump up week that we had. This was the week of the 25th of September, the last week in September here. The 2nd of October, so last week negative. This week is looking even worse than last week. I pointed out on this candle close on Sunday that this is a bearish spinning top. Now, these don't always mean that we're going to have a bearish next week. I mean, here's kind of a bearish spinning top and it was green, bearish spinning top and it was green. But sometimes they kind of play out. But weekly, it's still looking bearish too. So daily, weekly, we're looking a little bit bearish. Let's zoom into the 4-hour here. See if we can't get a little bit clearer picture of what is going on. You know, we are forming what looks like, let me start grouping some of these together. So if you guys don't know what this is, object tree, which is this 2 little, I don't know, diamonds down in the bottom right-hand corner. Turn them on. You can click on your drawings. So this is like my higher time frame drawings. I'm actually just going to hide them. So I'm going to create a group of drawings here. You click on one of your trend lines or whatever, any of your drawings. Click plus, and then you get a little folder. And then I kind of just drag everything. Oops. Shit. What did I just do? Which one was that? This was the weekly. Okay. Here we go. You want to drag. I'm going to drag this down here. Then I'm just going to drag everything into this folder. And then what you can do, just close it out. But where am I seeing the rest of these? Right here. So 2, boom, boom, boom. So now, there we go. Now I still have all those drawings on my chart, but I can hide them so I don't muddy up the smaller time frames. So it's looking like a little bit like we're still in this pennant pattern, which I guess technically would be a bullish pennant, right? Since we ran up into it. So we have a bullish pattern going on the 4-hour time frame, but on the daily time frame, they're starting to look a little bit, the larger macro time frames looking a little bit more bearishly, but we can see the support and resistances forming here. This could probably be drawn a little bit better, something like that. We'll kind of move this up to something like that, clean it up a little bit. There we go. So we got a symmetrical triangle. Symmetrical triangles are a continuation pattern, a continuation of how you went into it, right? So typically speaking, this should break to the upside on the 4-hour chart. So we could be targeting like a $29,000 Bitcoin, potentially. Doesn't mean we have to run up all the way. That doesn't mean we have to break up. It could break to the downside too. So if we break to the downside, $26,000 Bitcoin, that would kind of put us back into the upper range here, right? This is like the lower of the range, the middle of the range. Get rid of those squiggles there. But yeah, so we are looking at symmetrical triangle pattern. You can kind of see the support and resistances we're playing off here. Starting to lose it though, so maybe we do come back to the downside a little bit. You know, maybe we do get back down into this range. We'll have to continue to watch this. So I got my kind of smaller time frames. I got an idea of obvious support and resistance levels with what I just mapped out right there. And I'm actually going to rename this to, what is this, 10-10 today? So 10-10 support resistance levels. That way I know that I have those mapped out for the day. I'm going to clear those off again. And then I'm just going to get rid of these 4 hours there. So now I want to move on. Just get an overview of what's going on the markets right now. Mostly red. There is some green across the board. We're going to probably look for some alt plays and dissect some alts once I kind of figure out what Bitcoin is doing. Take a look here. We can kind of see over the last 24 hours, Bitcoin's flat. I mean, so this is not the daily candle. This is over the last 24 hours. Bitcoin is pretty much 100% flat. Ethereum's down a little bit. BNB's flat. XRP. Let's see what the big winners and losers are. Tezos up 6.66%. Is that an omen to short? 6.6666. Let's look up Tezos real quick. XTZ. That might be an omen, guys. I just watched The Nun last night. Have you guys seen that? It's part of the Conjuring series. Me and the wife started that. I think we missed our opportunity there. Tezos pumped big today. Today. Last night. 13.34%. So I might have missed that one. But there's some winners. There's some losers today. DYDX, biggest loser of the last 24 hours, down about 6.45%. Curves down too. Matic's down. Mantle, Aptos. So there's some losers up there. But it looks like kind of the medium or the middle of the pack is pretty flat right now. Bitcoin dominance, it's ran up again. I mean, we've been talking about Bitcoin dominance now for a while. We came up to 51.34%. We're down a little bit today. Not much though. I would call this flat. I mean, we're down 0.1%. Pretty flat. But on a tear. And then also another thing to look at, just to kind of add more confluence to this, is that ETH BTC chart. So Ethereum continues to bleed into Bitcoin or stable coins. I mean, it's just been a trend down, and we can actually probably go back to the daily chart. Yeah, I mean, even further back, right? This is going back to September of 2022 as alts and Ethereum, I guess technically is an alt, even though it's the biggest, but bleeding into Bitcoin. And we got a little bit of a, I don't know that I would call that, but you can see here how this kind of started to break down, right? Broke down, retested, lost it. Let's see if the measure move kind of adds up. It's getting close. It would take us to this bottom right here, right? Which goes back to June of 2022. Alts are just bleeding into Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's the safe bet. That doesn't mean there's not money to be made in alts, because there definitely is. Some alts are performing very well in this bear market, like Caspa, for example. So what else do we got? Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and sign in to my King Fisher account. We'll see what the whales are doing. We'll see if we can find some patterns here. Pull up the perp, delta, and CVD buckets. And then I'm going to pull up the spot so we can see what's going on in the spot and the deltas. We got some updates here. Oh, that's an old update. Let's see. Spot, delta, and CVD buckets. And we can analyze them a little bit, see what they're doing this morning. So it looks like it's sell side heavy. Whales are trending down. The TWAP orders and the overall CVD is trending up though. So whales are doing right now. So this is on perps. So to me, it looks like whales right now are building shorts this morning. Still early in the day, and this can change quickly. But looks like whales are building shorts. And for the most part, everyone else was building long positions. Let me take a quick look at where we are at. I probably got to log into this too. On the funding rate. I want to see what the overall funding rate is on the market right now. It's still short sentiment, but it looks like it's coming back. So it's coming back because we can see on the perp, CVD, delta, and buckets, the overall CD is heading up. So we're kind of going long. The market's going long, but whales are going short, but not in a large enough way that it's affecting the overall CVD. But these slow crawls or these slow builds tend to add up into a future dump. So that could be coming later on today. Spot wise, it's the opposite, right? So spot wise, it looks like whales are building up a little bit. And this is just recently within this morning. I mean, you can obviously see through early morning and last night, we were building to the downside, but now it looks like a little bit are building to top. This is just a 5-minute chart. Let's go to the hour real quick. Yeah, you can see the last 1, 2, 3, 4, last 7, 8 hours. So really since last night, I guess early in the morning. This is like the Asian trading hours when you get back into here. They've been building up into spot bags while the smaller orders, there's the market makers, which is 100K plus orders, the small spot, which is 10K plus orders, are kind of building down. So when I see this, when I see the spots for the whales and the futures for the whales doing the opposite or not in confluence with each other. So spots are ticking up. So whales are buying spot bags right now, but they're building shorts. And let's look at the hourly here too, just so we can be on the same time frame. Let's see, 1 hour, 1 hour. So this is perps. Yeah, see, they're just trending down, spots trending up. So typically speaking, whichever one capitulates, this is just from my own personal experience, right? I didn't read this anywhere, I didn't hear anyone say this. This is just from me looking at these charts. So when there's not a lot of volume, which we can check that box off right now, and then when these are not in tandem with each other, when they're doing the opposite of each other, whichever one capitulates first, or goes in the opposite direction, is typically the direction that we head. So if I start to see perps build up, if I start to see whales come in and start building long positions, and then the spot orders continue in that same direction, we're going to head into that direction, and vice versa. If spots start to tick down, which they are right now, we're starting to get a red print on this recent hourly candle. Yeah, you can see that there. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's where we head, because we're still building shorts on the perps. So I'm just going to continue to watch that. You know, we'll drill into smaller time frames again on the spot chart to see. You can see this little tick down. It doesn't mean we continue down. We could just start building back up, but we're going to continue to watch this. So I'm going to see which one capitulates first. And let me go ahead and get into Velo here, kind of get an idea of what's going on. Open interest seems to be pretty flat. I mean, it's crawled up a little bit since the weekend, as is expected. Binance 24-hour volume still king up there. Bybit second. Liquidations, nothing crazy here, except for on the 6th. Volume still really low. I mean, it's just, I don't know if I can, oh, this is weekly volume, or 1 week. Can I go to year? You can. So you can see We kind of started off the year with a bang, right? Brought us all the way up to that kind of March high, and then it's just been falling off since. So the trend there is continuing. Asian Pacific returns are king right now, and they have been really. I mean, how long have they been king? You see, it wasn't always that way. I mean, here's the U.S. session. Right? I mean, it's pretty much been on top since the middle of July, and then it has kind of fallen off. And then the EU is actually kind of tied. And then, like, when you zoom in, right, we can go to the weekly chart. I guess the US is back on top now recently. It's just interesting to watch. Money to be made on all time frames, right? EU, Asia Pacific, and then US. New York as well. But let's get back to here. So we can see the overall CVDs on the hourly kind of trending down a little bit here. So more confluence we were talking about before. Open interest is flat. Money, you know, the price has, I mean, really been flat since the 9th, since last Friday. We had a little bump up, but that's about it. Right in the middle of the pack for larger liquidations. So this is Bitcoin liquidations. Let it reload here real quick. There we go. So these are shorts and longs. Obviously, these are longs down here. These are shorts up top. But these are larger positions that are 3, 5, and 10 times. So you can see about 26,000 is where the liquidations start below us, but really it's that kind of 24.9, 24.8 level. So if we go back to the Bitcoin charts here, 24.9 is that low right there. 24.9, 24.8, right? So this is like, so because we've held this so far, that's bullish in my opinion. So the whole 24.8 is very, very bullish. I know we talk about like a 19 to 20K low down here, but that's only if we solidly lose this 24.8 level. So far it has been defended, and it has been defended pretty hard because of all these liquidations down here that start at about 24.8, 24.9. Now above us, now look what happens. They start at 31.8. Well, what's 31.8 on the charts? Well, 31.8 on the charts is this top right there. Boom. There's the top. There's the bottom. That's where liquidations start. So we're bullish if we can get over this line, and we're bearish if we can get over this line. In this range, it's like an accumulation range. And I'm telling you guys, like I posted in Discord earlier today. What did I say? I just posted some like macro economy things. So talked about copper. Copper is a leading indicator the economists use, right? We're starting to kind of lose some supports on copper. We talked about SPY and QQQ and how the stock markets are actually performing very well, given the overall macro view of the economy. We're in like 2 wars now, or in 2 wars now, funding to whatever you want to call it. Banks are no longer getting BTFP loans. They haven't secured any loans in a while, so it seemed like smaller and regional banks are off to a better position than they were previously. So then I said, banks seem to be doing better now. I don't know if I should be bullish or bearish on the macro economy, given everything going on in the world. There's so much uncertainty, but I will say it's holding up surprisingly well. Both crypto and the stock market are holding up surprisingly well. From a crypto standpoint, however, it is still a ghost town, and it feels that way. It feels that way both from a chart standpoint, right? So from like a spot volume being at a 4-year low, there's no new money coming into crypto. Social mentions, Google searches have fallen off of a cliff. Searches on YouTube have fallen off of a cliff, right? We are in an accumulation phase in the market. So that is something that you do need to be aware of. So typically, the year before the halving in previous cycles, previous halving cycles, has been the accumulation phase. So while we can't predict what will happen with the halving, with the ETFs, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't. We can look at the charts and analyze it and give our best educated guess, but there's a lot of uncertainty, both economically, geopolitically, I mean, we don't even have a freaking Speaker of the House right now. There's a lot going on, but we are in an accumulation phase right now. There is more upside than downside in crypto right now, specifically in alts. The caveat to all of this is the economy and no black swan events. I'm going to have to get that in there, right? What you don't want to do is be these guys. So all these people lined up for Bitcoin at 69K when everyone was talking about it, when monkey JPEGs were selling for millions of dollars, everyone was lining up for them, but no one was lining up for Bitcoin when it was down here. I was. No one was lining up for Bitcoin down here, or even here, right? And there was really, with the exception of like the first or second week in January, there was no real new money. This wasn't new money coming in. This was people like cashing out and selling, holding on to their positions. The writing was on the wall with the Terra Luna collapse right here, and then it was the FTX collapse right here. Smart money got out of the market and then re-entered. They took their L's, they took their losses, if they had any, for tax purposes. Beginning of the year came around, and then they just re-entered the market. So this wasn't necessarily new money. New money has not been in the market for a while. So right now, there is, in my opinion, more upside than there is down. Let me get rid of all these squigglies here. And on alts, Bitcoin, everything. So, you know, when do I buy? There's no better time to buy than right now for spot bags, right? There just isn't. You know, we're going to go higher than $27,000 in Bitcoin next year. I promise you. Pending no crazy black swan events, right? Sometimes it feels like that's hard to even fathom. But, you know, is there more downside potential in Bitcoin? Are we in the bull market yet? It sure feels like we're probably going to make one more run towards a bottom before we pump up. Now, the 2020 halving, we saw the run up. It was like 3 or 4 months before the halving. So if that's going to be the cycle, and we're going to copy that cycle, that you're going to be looking at like a January, February of next year run up into the halving. Because the halving is like April 19th of 2024 or something like that. And we also got the spot ETFs. We got a lot going for us, right? We got the spot ETFs as well. I have a feeling that those are going to be pushed off and keep being pushed off. And Gary Gensler is not doing us any favors there, but I don't know what got me off on that tangent. Liquidations, I think, top and bottom of the market. That's what got me there. All right. We got our top and bottoms kind of pegged out here. Right? I mean, those were liquidation start. So I'm actually going to turn those white. And then I'm going to throw them in my support and resistance levels. So I'm just going to drag them right down. And there we go. So I can always call back to my support and resistance levels. I don't know why I have two. There we go. Let's just check in with the price, see if it's doing anything. It looks like we're I mean, so far holding that kind of 27,383, which is kind of where these candle bodies start. So far so good. Let's check in with Bookmap real quick. Yeah, nothing crazy going on. Starting to see some liquidity on spot come in here at about that 27,080. It's just getting thick below us. So did this get pulled though, or did that get cleared? It looks like some of this is being pulled. You know that, or it's just being funky. Nah, I guess it hasn't been pulled. I guess it hasn't. It still looks the same. Let's just take a look at futures real quick. You can see the levels are pretty much the same on futures. They're not always the same, but 27, 27.1, 27.2, 27.28, right? So it's the same. Just obviously a lot more volume. But now I can zoom out. I think it's all loaded in. But this is what I mean by being front ran earlier in the video, right? So, you know, the logical level to test when we were up here is 27.2. So we didn't quite make it down there. I don't know why I can't. There we go. And we made it down to 27,340-ish, it looks like. So we didn't quite hit that. So some of these levels right now are being front ran. And it looks like we didn't clear this either. So that kind of got front ran a little bit. Meaning we start to get close to there and people to start firing off market orders to bring us, you know, down, for example. They're front running the liquidity. And it's the same thing on spot. Like we should have ran down to here. We did not clear these. It got front ran at about 37,320, which was the same price on the you know, about the same price on the future side of things. So just something to be aware of. And even here, it's being front ran, right? We haven't hit 27,300, which is the, you know, which was what we should hit. It's nice to be able to lick into them and then get that bounce off. We're just hovering above the liquidity right now. I got a pretty decent idea of what Bitcoin is going to do. I have a pretty decent idea of my liquidity levels right now, the liquidation levels. Let's clear these off the chart. Macro picture, you know, I got a pretty good idea of the larger time frame patterns that we're in right now. What we need to flip to be bullish, right? I mean, this is your trend line. Something like that. You know, you want the most touches possible, but you don't want to get too crazy with it. So something like that. So, I mean, this is the trend line that we need to flip. And we haven't. You can see we tried. Liquidity wick up, rejected. Up, rejected. Up, rejected. And then we've kind of been falling off after all those rejections. So maybe we make another run for it. But if we can flip this, I mean, that's obviously bullish. But that's the trend line to flip for bullishness. Otherwise, do we head back down to the bottom of the channel, which is like, you know, that 26, 25.8 level. But let's take a look at some alts. So I have another folder that is my news folder. I like to stay up on the news, right? But move that back. There we go. But in this folder, we got the social trends. Now it seems like the Israel and Hamas stuff is overwhelming the searches right now. So this is kind of tough. What's this? BitVM is a new proposal by a Bitcoin developer that could bring Ethereum-style smart contracts to Bitcoin without requiring a soft fork. It offers Turing-complete capabilities without altering core consensus rules. BitVM has a potential to enable complex computation and smart contracts on the Bitcoin network. I don't know how I feel about these. I don't know how I feel about smart contracts on Bitcoin. I mean, we saw what happened when the man, what were they called? The NFTs. How it bogged down the network. Maybe this does or doesn't. I don't know enough about it. But I just feel like let Bitcoin be Bitcoin. You know, let these other blockchains handle everything else. Let Bitcoin be the gold. I don't know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. But what else we got? Ethereum's trending. Read markets. So Tezos. Let's see what's going on here. So Strax, $120 million market cap coin, up 65% in 7 days. Let's take a look at Strax. Is there futures on Strax? Strax USDT.p. Crypto. There is not. No futures on Strax. Why is it running so hard? I mean, we can see it's coming up against some pretty stiff resistance. All that zone, right? So we're in the zone. You flip this zone to go bullish. I don't know that I would take a spot bag here. I mean, obviously it should have been done down here, but why is Strax pumping? Gotta be a reason, right? A new dawn for Stratus. Oh, there we go. Oops. I just logged into an old Twitter account. Sign in. All right, so let's go back. Let's see, we'll just type in Strax here. What's going on, Michael? How you doing, brother? Strax. Strax crypto. There we go. A new dawn for Stratus, the most significant change to Stratus since the platform was founded. They're going to now focus on Web3 gaming. First step is moving to our Ethereum-based chain. Here we go. More bullshit Web3 games that no one's going to play. Doesn't mean we can't make money off of it. Does not mean we can't make money off of it, guys. But when I see that, when I see it's this, right? It's just screams cash grab. Doesn't mean we can't make money. I'm not saying that. Like, look, who's gonna play this? First of all, kids aren't gonna play it because it's a Web3 crypto game, right? There's got to be some kind of laws against that in the United States, I would assume. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I don't know what I'm talking about. But what adult is going to play this game? What grown-ass man is going to play this game? Doesn't mean we can't make money off of it. I'll keep saying that. But, yeah, it looks like a news-based pump. Pretty big news-based pump. So if we can flip this, maybe it'll be good to add to the bag. Let's see. Strax crypto. See what the market cap is. 122 million. I mean, it had a nice run up. Up 10% volume over the last 24 hours. So they just completely switched gears. So they went from an enterprise-focused blockchain platform to Web3 gaming. Let's see. Strax tokenomics. Holdings. Am I missing the tokenomics? I saw it on the search. Let's get CoinGecko. I know it's going to be on there. I want to see if this is a potential Web3 play. Tokenomics. There we go. Not available. Huh. Stratus tokenomics. They have to update all this stuff. This is still talking about their old method and not their new recent switch to Web3 gaming. Anyways, I'll look in this later. Let's look at something else. So Tezos, we missed a potential short on that one. Unify Lend, Unilend. That's only $8 million market cap. Loom Network, 53%. Loom is still crushing it, man. $237 million market cap now. Let's get rid of these brushes before I go to Loom. Save. And Loom. Yeah, I mean, Loom has just been crazy. I mean, this trend is kind of still, I guess, holding up, even though these wicks are pretty crazy on Loom right now. Let's drill into a 4-hour chart. But I mean, we can see, you know, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And if this is a higher low, that's a higher low again, right? High, high, higher high, higher high. So it's doing what it should. We're getting a little bit of a bearish divergences printing from here. So from this high to this high is printing some bear divs. So is there some correction coming? Potentially. I mean, obviously I already did some, but it's up 186% since it started trading on MEXC on the 21st of September. So maybe, I don't know that I would take a short here kind of in the middle of the channel. I'd probably wait till it gets back up to the top of the channel there. So I will set some alerts though, towards the bottom and the top of this channel. Just in case. Create alert. Create alert. And let me throw on, see how many, if any, divergences there are. Yeah, I mean, we can see the bearish divergence definitely played out here. But then, I mean, this candle down here just crushed it. Keep watching it. Got my alert set on that one. Tradable channel for now. Definitely there's futures on this. The wicks on this are crazy, though, so you got to be careful. 10% wicks. Yeah, 238. This is a DApp platform. Architect at Bloomberg. Technical architect at Reuters. Solid team. Oh, got my alert set. We'll continue to watch it. BSV looks like it gave up that pump that we talked about. We looked at BSV whenever I did that live last with Donkey. BSV, USD, BSV, USD on Bybit. I don't remember which chart I was on. Let's just go to the Bybit one. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, it gave up the entire pump. I should have taken this short, man. That was on Monday, the 2nd of October, when we did that live. It's giving up the whole thing. Just about. We're even seeing more bearish divergences, hidden bearish divergences on the HIS, the Stoke, the CCI. So, yeah, I don't really like it. LQTY, why did that pump 40%? This is that coin that had that lawsuit with the SEC. I think they won it, which helped out XRP. And we're battling this. And we can see how that's important level to hold at 1.45. All right, wicked up into it, wicked up into it. This was the test of that level. We bounced off, retested it, fell, came back up, retested it, fell, retested it, failed. Let's go back to current price action. What's going on now? So it looks like we kind of broke through it a little bit. The liquidity grabs up top here are wild. So I would be looking for a short on this coin if we close a candle below this. So let's set an alert right there. And then, you know, what do you even do for a long in this coin because of these candles? I mean, do we set an alert above the liquidity? I guess that's the only thing we can do. This coin is crazy volatile. This is an 12% wick range on these candles right now. Let me see. LQTY. LQTY. Looks like it's being longed like a shitload, like 60-40. No, it's kind of going back and forth. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a bias towards long right now. Just crazy price movement. That's almost too crazy for me. Unless you catch like a freaking the absolute top, which is possible. Let's see what else we got. Where was I? Right there. Flux. Rune. We'll take a look at Rune. So they had some Thor swap issues. Kind of tanked the price for the last week, down 17.68%. Have we found a bottom on Rune? It looks like we did find a bottom, which was a logical bottom, right? So there's your bottom, which was previous resistance, a whole bunch, probably previous support as well. That would have been the nice play for a long. Damn it, missed that one. But if we go back down to it, I'm going to set an alert. But I'm also going to set an alert before this trend line for a potential long position. I don't want to trade this one in the middle of the channel, given everything that's going on Rune Chain right now. But it had a historic rise. So we go back to the daily chart. All right, this was a pretty big run up. Right, 127%, 151% to the top there. And then the Thor swap shit happened. They locked down Thor swap, which is a DEX. And then it's been tanking ever since. But it looks like we're catching a little bit of support here. Hopefully it continues. But I got my alerts set on that one. Nothing that's jumping out at me right now to take a long or a short position on. ARB's down 10% in a week. 0.43% in the last hour. Arbitrum. We get a shoulder, head, and shoulders on the daily. And then do a double bottom. That's my call on Arbitrum. Based off of nothing. Based off of a educated guess, right? Let's turn on indicators. So money flow is green again, but it's kind of going to retest that 50 line. Could start turning negative again. But if it continues, I mean, it's a green candle on the daily. If that continues, then it'll stay green. 4-hour time frame, money flow's coming back again. So it's possible that this kind of plays out in a shoulder, head, and shoulders type pattern. Guess we'll set an alert for this right shoulder. Right there. Right there. Then an invalidation right there. Let's see how this plays out. I'm going to watch this shoulder, head, and shoulders pattern on ARB. Swiss Borg. $165 million. What is Swiss Borg? CHSB. CHSB. Doesn't look like can trade futures on it. Looks like there's some ETFs though on Bitfinex. Jesus, what the hell is this? What the hell is that wick? 126% wick? I guess it's not even a wick. Half of that is a candle. What the hell happened on the 15th of August? These wicks are wild on this coin, though. Futures would probably help that out a little bit. But can't trade it, so don't care for now. Let's do one more, then I'm going to get out of here, guys. Let's look at... let's look at clay. Clay's had a pretty good run up in the last 24 hours. Trying to find some structure here. No real good structure. No real good structure. I mean, we could call this resistance where we're at, right? Liquidity lick up, 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 rejected. See the test here failed, retest failed, retested it, failed. You know, retested it, won it, retested it, failed. And now we're retesting it again. So that's your line to cross in this range, right? You flip it, we're bullish. We solidly get rejected, we're bearish. Looks like money flow on the hourly is kind of coming back. 4 hour coming out. So we need that 1 hour to push the 4 hour to go bearish. I mean bullish. Daily's coming back, so it's building back. And we gotta cross that line. Let's set an alert there. And let's set an alert in case we go down. Let's go block. Oh, I just blocked my own notifications. Damn it. How do you turn those on again? Anyone know? But I got it on there. So yeah, there it is. So I'm good. All right. I think that's it. Been going for an hour, guys. I will be live later on tonight, more than likely. Just want to kind of get on here. Check out the markets live. See if I can't find some plays. So far, I'm just not really seeing much, unfortunately. Nothing that's screaming long or short. Bitcoin kind of range bound, like we said, right? When we take the, yeah, I mean, there's a value area low, high POC, value area high there. We're just winding down in the range. I mean, if I was a betting man, based off of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, I would say we're bouncing back up. You know, I'm going to test this POC here. But that is it. I will catch you guys later on this evening or in Discord, discord.gg/alpha air. Hop on in. Smash that